Let's get this going. Yes, yes, indeed. OBS seems to be up and OBSing. We got Discord up and Discording. Fantasy Grounds Unity unifying. Everybody's logged in. No reports of
Oh, yeah.
any inclement weather here in Colorado, but I understand other folks' locations. There might be some light snow falling, so getting started a little bit late. Try to anticipate and account for people's work schedules and real life entanglements as best we can. But anytime we can squeeze in a night of East Texas University, we do so. Definitely do so. Phil Cho, I'd like to thank you for providing your fabulous artwork on the Deviant Art website. You can see right now the token that is representing one Naomi Kendall. It is one of the pieces of art which I took from that Deviant Art site. So many good character sketches, so many good little thumbnails. And it seems like whatever I need, I can always find just by going to DeviantArt. Savage Worlds is the rule set we're using. It is a set of rules, and the East Texas University genre is built over top of that. Savage Worlds, Clint Black and Shane Hensley, the primary authors. And thanks again, gentlemen, for your hard work. As mentioned, ETU, East Texas University, is a setting, I think would be the appropriate word. Ed Wetterman and Preston DeBose, thank you, gentlemen, for that. I think there's another East Texas University, like 2.0, that's in the works. I haven't seen a Kickstarter or any information like that so far. I'm struggling to remember where I ran across this little blurb about it upcoming, but that would be exciting. I've got the Studies Abroad, which we'll be playing. I'm going to be inserting a couple chapters of that, maybe over the summertime for these students as they complete their sophomore year. Prater's Rejects. Duff, thank you so much for putting these videos together, splicing them, dicing them, and putting them up on the web for just general consumption. Prater's Rejects, good channel for you to hit if you're interested in role-playing games, be it Aliens, Kids on Bikes, Savage Worlds, of course 5e, and some others that I'm neglecting to mention. Um, Probably live games running currently maybe 4 nights a week, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I think there's a Magic the Gathering online, card game that is also being run one night of the week. Corey, my friend, you ran this campaign a long time ago, 3 years, maybe more. We enjoyed playing it so much we decided to blow the dust off these characters and breathe some new life into it because the story had not yet completely been told. We got through freshman year, and I decided to pick up and just keep running. For two primary reasons. One, because it's a good game and we had a lot of fun. But two, I like seeing these good players, these friends of mine, seeing their cheerful faces as I try to deal massive amounts of damage to them and watch their grins turn into chagrin as rolls are made and damage and wounds are accumulated. Um, Mostly to MI, but to the rest of the players as well. We've been playing here a while. We see a lot of good pieces of character art and icons and sims and sketches and just so much fun to run across these in Discord. Usually after the game's over, I'll see what the art that was posted by the players consists of. I try not to go over to Discord during the game because it wreaks havoc on OBS. I don't know if it changes the name of the session and I lose the video feeds of the players and just bad things happen with all the imps and homunculi, the mephits that we tangle with due to hardware failures, wireless network difficulties, some software glitches, the occasional update, Windows update or Fantasy Ground update. Of course, weather systems, rain, hurricanes, intense periods of heat, just knocking people off the grid. You know, we don't need to do anything else to tempt fate, so I'll stick with checking Discord after the fact, as it were. When last we played, shrink this map down, the players had raced up to a horse ranch called the Rainbow Ranch, where they had very much suspected, with evidence in hand, that a leprechaun, a fearsome Irish creature of myth and folklore, had kidnapped a young East Texas University student from the pizza bar, having its full-blown St. Patty's Day extravaganza. Green and white balloons, festooned with streamers, special pepperoni pizza with the little pepperonis sort of cut into the shape of shamrocks. This individual did talk her into leaving with him, and the group found out where he lives, this Rainbow Ranch, and took off after him to try to keep him from adding another name to the list of individuals that he had absconded with and murdered. They knew of one last year, and that spirit, what's her name? Kelly. Was that her last name? Was her last name Kelly? Kelly King, last year, a freshman, um, was seen leaving with him, and text messages indicated she was going to find her pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and sadly had been missing for one full calendar year as of tonight. They raced after him, had a brief entanglement with one of uh, Golan County's finest, pulled him over for a brief discourse. And here they are after exploring the Rainbow Ranch. The main house, a country house on the grounds, didn't really seem to be that interesting, other than some delicious stew that seemed to be cooking, and its odor wafting out into the gravel parking lot where they were hiding. They found a shoeing building. Before that, they found a leatherworking, a tanner shop, and ultimately they ended up below the shoeing. Less than a building, more than a pavilion, kind of a pavilion with sturdy brick half walls around most of the building, and of course the forge. Beneath that is the room which you see now, which was the living quarters of this leprechaun, Mickey. Ava, you're sort of collapsed in a mound of injury and pain and blood as the small shoeing hammer of the leprechaun just put a wallop on you.
Yeah, I'm unconscious, I believe.
Sophia,
Incapacitated.
yes, as the helpful fantasy grounds indicator does give us that little INC, that little incapacitated sign to let me know that I've only been 1/3 successful in knocking you guys down. Yeah, there's always opportunities to improve on that. Sophia, I think you were injured as well. I think you had a.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you've got 2 wounds. Uh,
I did not have a good time.
he was a stalwart warrior, probably,
Yeah.
I would say, the most fearsome opponent that you have faced yet to date. And Shep, I think you're fine. I don't think you had any injuries or anything like that.
He made it through unscathed.
Yeah. Across from you, shackled and tied to a stout wooden chair, is the unconscious form of Kendall, Naomi Kendall. She looks to be bleeding from the mouth. You could tell that her knuckles have been broken because they are swollen and distended and bruised. You see that her ankles have similarly been compromised. She's unconscious, but you could tell that she is, while unconscious, uh, still alive, still breathing, moaning and shifting every so often.
Broken ankles.
Yeah. So yeah, and all that's left of Mickey, the leprechaun, between Naomi and the three of you, besides some dust, is a pair of shiny leather shoes with gleaming brass square buckles on them. And of course, those barrels to the north, one of which got knocked over, and one or two human skulls sort of just rolled a few rotations out of the tipped barrel, one of them, along with some articles of clothing kind of spilling out, kind of in that area, a little bit to the north of you. What would you like to do?
Help this lady. Untie her and try to, I guess, deal with her. Oh, God. I can't fix. We got to take her to the hospital.
I gotta make a hospital trip for all of us.
Yes, all of us.
Minus Shep. He's clean as a whistle.
You think two of you would be able to carry her out and not like risk compound fracturing her ankles? I'd require a roll, but I think that's eminently possible. Let me.
I remind you, the last time I had to roll on something like this, I got double ones.
Yeah, that was when
I-
Ava was attacked by Toto from the Wizard of
Yep.
Oz. Although it was like a mastiff-sized hellhound of a Toto with gleaming demonic eyes and just bubbling, frothing saliva from his mouth. And by himself,
You would get help.
he's a fearsome combatant. Let me see if I can turn on.
Do we get our bennies back?
Yeah, that was another bookkeeping thing that I was just about to say. First,
I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, so I unlocked tokens in the API so you can move freely about the cabin or the root cellar, as it were, and also yes, up under the party
So
sheet.
much discomfort.
Reset Benny, and we'll
I'm
watch.
not used to this.
We'll watch the stack of bennies. Ava, somehow you ended up with 5 at the end.
I kept throwing bennies at her, thinking it would help, but then she died.
It's crazy.
Well, unconscious.
It's crazy. We'll even out that stack to a degree. And I've unlocked tokens, so you're free to move. I think Sophia, you have a move planned.
Yeah.
I'll be right back 1 second, but I can still hear everybody.
You can easily take a key from a ring. It's pounded, hanging from a nail that's been pounded into the brickwork, and unlock those handcuffs and, and untie her. Being careful that as like the tension of these bindings are loosened, that she doesn't slump and fall like unceremoniously onto the rough brick floor. I will consider her to be untied.
And you said you wanted a roll?
If you want to pick her up and move her, something like that.
I want to try to get her to the car. Please help me, Shep.
Shep seems to be involved with
Oh,
his friend Ava.
Ava. Ava.
Who's
No,
also
his
unconscious.
his girlfriend Ava. They haven't really said. I don't know if they said it yet, but we all know.
As the dean, I don't want to put like words into people's mouths. So, fellow student Ava, who is sporting more than one large, what do you call like a knotted bruise, like an egg? There's a
Hmm.
Oh, like one of those
like a
like
walnut,
bumps on the
just
head.
one of those like in the cartoons with.
It's like a big old lump.
And her glasses are no longer um, on her face.
Rip. Another pair of glasses gone. Those are expensive, y'all.
Yeah, that was your second pair too. Those are your
And it was.
those are your backups.
Don't let my parents go be learning about all these hospital bills, guys.
Hope they
They
have a
don't want
good.
me to come back home.
There's a free clinic nearby, right?
Urgent
No?
care.
Should we
I
find
mean,
that?
Well, our free clinic is Erica. Is she not?
I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to tell the hospital when we come in with 3 injured women and Shep.
Oh, it's gonna look bad.
He's like, oh, they fell down the stairs.
all of them.
Just ran into a doorknob.
Ran into a doorknob.
It was it was the
It was a big
Lucky
staircase.
Charms. Very bad box
Lord.
of Lucky Charms.
Not so Lucky Charms. Oh, Lord.
Except if you wanted to cast that heal spell,
Heal spell.
I think it requires that healing. I think it requires 10 minutes of preparation and then some rolls
Okay.
to cast it.
I can try that.
You don't have to.
No, I don't have that one on my powers list, so I didn't have it pulled
require
up.
a couple drops of blood from a priest.
A priest? Did we get that?
You did.
I don't remember getting priest blood.
Cody?
I feel like I would remember.
I think Father Michael's was
I do
You
Not-
gave
remember
Father Michael's a very bad hickey.
he was not
Father
surprised
Michaels.
when you asked him about that.
Yeah. I think I remember that now. Okay, so I'll get everything. Is it together and you're wanting just a cult row, I
Yeah,
guess?
I'm
For
just sort of breezing through.
the ritualism occult. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at my records, wondering if I wrote down.
I know we have it somewhere.
So then I'll also check the Fantasy Grounds handy notes.
Yeah.
Parcels, NPCs, modifications, images, encounters, abilities, notes.
I'm pretty sure it would be in one of Amai's notes.
One of the many notes that I have.
Demon summoning.
And flying.
Are you talking about the rituals?
Yeah.
I have. Let's see.
There's the Golem ritual.
We have Dark Sight, Mind Reading, Wall Walker, Knowledge, Protection, Fear?
Magical shenanigans.
Magical Shenanigans.
Clever term.
Our known ritual.
Yeah, that was way in the beginning when we first started getting rituals. And then for some reason, the notes were changing when we had technical difficulties before, so there's probably doubles of stuff from when I tried to redo it.
Just go off of trust in our failing memories.
But I know there's a bunch of different notes.
Visions.
Visions.
Yeah, I'm thinking back. I think it was two, or maybe it was just one common component and one uncommon component.
Hmm.
I think the uncommon component was a couple of drops from like a priest, and you all were told that that means basically any religious leader from any faith could probably provide that component. And the other was like a rusty nail from a church or some such similar to that. It's not worth belaboring. Let me check out that healing PowerPoints. Touch.
I got a 4.
Instant.
If a 4 is not a success, I will be an idiot. But if it is, I'll take it.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do a series of 5 rounds of rolling.
Okay.
And I'll count that as a success.
Okay.
But I would be very, very neglectful if I did not remind you that Sophia can help
Yeah.
with this.
I did not forget. I'm gonna shout encouragement to you
I just
on your
figured
next go.
I'd get the first one out of the way.
Moral support.
Sounds like persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah,
So much moral support.
you can do it, Shep. You know you can do it.
Well, he can do it.
That
But
would
can you?
affect.
You even had the Joker mode.
How do I clear those cards?
No, let me keep it. I need that.
Maybe
I earned that.
this is tricky. So
The wounds?
how do I clear these? So I'll set it
It
back down to
cancels out the
0.
pain.
Check the
Sure
menu.
it
Action
does.
cards, effects, add to tracker. I don't want to delete you.
Yeah, but
Any ideas of mine?
How to clear it out?
Yeah.
Can't you just end the?
oh, can I? Am I on my turn? Oh, well, damn. There it is.
We could just
I helped.
end the turn and then it'll automatically
Yeah,
go again.
unless
Or,
someone else
I
gets a
mean,
joker.
If I remember how, like, it's usually right clicking to clear the whole board.
Yeah.
But I know Savage Worlds is a little different.
Why don't I just try to deal and see?
Mm-hmm.
Give Shep a joker.
No, because then it'll be gone in case we need it for later.
Try again. Can put you on hold. That won't help. I keep trying to deal you, and you keep. I see the cards being drawn.
Yeah, it moved from me back to.
Yeah,
I think
I did that. I moved it back up. I guess I could.
Oh, I wonder.
I think we can just end the turns. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just a new round, and nobody got a joker. So
I got a less interesting J.
yeah, that had the end result right. Got rid of the joker.
Okay, so does the 3 hinder me at all, or do I just kind of look at her funny and roll?
No positive, no negative, no effect.
Okay,
If
so I
she
just
quit,
look at her like, yeah, okay.
Hey,
so you can go ahead and roll round 2. Oh, I saw that one.
Hmm
2 rounds, 2 successes. Sophia, would you like to help again? Or would you like to try to help again?
It's a success. That's good.
I
It's
look at
success.
Sophia and I go, find a stiff board that we can use to slide around.
I'll look around for a long, stiff board. Do I see boards?
Actually, there's a bench, a long bench.
Oh, okay. And then I'll just go over and scooch it over to them.
I was just trying to give you a notice roll or something
Oh,
because I couldn't think of anything.
you don't want me to roll notice? That's a -4
That's right.
right now.
As injured, certainly.
If I lose my
Which was-
glasses, that's a -6.
Oh boy.
So would you like to help, or are you going to leave Shep rolling for round 3 all by his lonesome?
I'm gonna dig into my backpack and pull out a first aid kit and shove it over to him. Like, this can help, right? Listen, this will do something. We could just put some Band-Aids on it. What?
A Band-Aid on it. A big lump on her head.
Would that count as science?
Just...
Sure, I'll permit it.
Doing
Oh,
my
Actually,
best.
I want to see you make a science roll.
That was almost a 5.
It's really
before I
hard.
turned.
Those 2 wounds means every roll you make
You're going
is
to have to
be
ace.
harder.
I think I should use the first aid kit on myself first.
You could do so. That lets you make a healing roll without
Plus
any
1.
minuses. No, it lets you roll straight. If you don't have
Okay.
if you don't have a
I
first
don't-
aid kit, it's a -1.
Huh.
However,
I
that
always
will
make sure to have it in my backpack.
that will
Yeah, I
take
did
that will take
2.
10 minutes to try to
I'm
fix
probably
yourself
gonna
up.
need to restock that soon. I've used it a lot.
I'll have to.
You
They
got-
need to fix the first aid kit thing description.
You guys go through a lot of gauze, a lot of bandages,
Me
Yep.
too.
a lot of alcohol, a lot of swabs, a lot of butterfly band-aids.
I don't have a heal as a roll.
Yeah, I do though.
Ooh, that makes it challenging, untrained.
That's a
-2.
-2.
But a
On top of your
-1 because of the first aid kit.
No,
But it'd
Oh,
be a
wait,
-3, or no, it'd be a -4
2 plus 2.
because you have 2 wounds. I have to be the one who does it.
I can't help you right now. But I can give you the first aid kit anyway. And it's good to have an extra.
Yeah.
What?
ooh,
There we go.
an ace,
A 10.
a success with a raise. Round 3, and you have 4 successes. You think you're
How many
in
did we need?
5,
5. Okay.
and I'll remind you, sort of like the little made up sort of side rule that I've come up with is in addition to this last roll, determining how successful you were, it will allow possibly some of these nifty little side effects, which equate to the Savage Worlds rule set using like extra power points. So let's say
Okay.
if you succeed with a raise, with this last roll, if you end up with 6 successes, then you would do extra healing.
Okay.
which is nice, especially because you're sort of on this road all by yourself currently. For some reason, Sophia knows you're casting a healing ritual, but she's trying to push this ridiculous first aid kit at you, and it's just a little distracting.
That's okay.
I'm trying to help. I'm bleeding out, but I'm trying to help.
She's arty.
She's a little arty.
I'm gonna draw a smiley face on Ava's forehead.
with mercurochrome or methylate. What's that stuff that's red? Iodine.
Okay, I'm going to Benny that.
I've got paint pens. I can just
3 rounds.
Just
4
Posca
successes.
penning on my face.
and then a couple hearts.
So there we go. That's 5.
It's a ritual, right? This works.
Oh my god. Just like Ava, just like knocked out on the floor with like a bruise.
I'm channeling the spirit of friendship and concern.
I did Benny the 3, so it turned into a 6.
Sure. So what you've done is you've gotten 5 successes in 4 rounds.
Okay.
You can, since you have a round remaining, you can try to add to that to increase, but there's a risk.
I could double one it.
You could crit fail, which causes.
Let me ask you this: who am I working on right now?
Ava, definitely
Ava.
Definitely Ava.
Okay, and if I heal her, then if I stopped here, basically she wouldn't come. She would wake up, or at least be stabilized.
She would wake up. You would, if you stop here, you have met the low bar of the 5 successes, which means you will have healed a wound. If you can manage to heal a wound with a raise, you would heal 2 wounds, or with 2 raises, 3 wounds, all with this last roll. But if you stop here, she'll come around, and I can't. Goose eggs, right? Is that what they call the lumps on the head? A goose egg?
Yes.
They would be, reduced in their severity. She took a few mighty blows from that little smithing hammer. But it's entirely up to you, or you and Sophia, if you discuss the ramifications. But you are in the middle of a ritual, so.
I think you can do it. And if you need to, I can just Benny. French. I'm gonna friendship so
I'm
hard.
Gonna close my eyes and push this button. There we go. Another success.
That's 6 successes in 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I will reduce Ava from 3 wounds and incapacitated to 1 wound and no longer incapacitated.
Whew.
Her eyes flutter, and in that very cute, endearing way, when Ava wakes up in the morning, the first thing she does is try to reach for her eyeglasses. You see one arm sort of clawing where she thinks her little nightstand might be. To no avail, of course, because she's not in her bedroom. I'll take a notice. I'll take a notice roll from all of
Both
you.
of us? Yes.
From all of you, I would say.
Notice from everybody.
Where is it? There it is.
I'm going to let y'all take care of that. I'm too busy focusing on Ava.
Wow.
Oh God, did we kill her?
Did we kill her? What do you mean?
The other lady.
Oh,
Shep, you sort of are still. I mean, you're not disabled, but you finished casting this ritual. It takes a little bit out of you. It reduces your stamina a little bit. It's kind of woozy, like giving blood. at the Red Cross. You think a glass of orange juice and some cookies would be really good right now. You don't hear, but the ladies do. In the distance, the no, that's not what they hear. They hear the unmistakable sounds of sirens. Sirens, yes, sirens that are loud, indicating proximity. They're quite close.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy, is that an ambulance? I think we could probably use one of those. Maybe, kind of.
But you're down in like a root cellar where this leprechaun live.
Chef, did you see my glasses? I don't know where they flew. I got hit in the face pretty bad.
Sophia, do you see your glasses?
Oh, I pick up the glasses that I can see. I just put them right on your face. We gotta move. We gotta hurry.
We'll find some duct tape later.
Well, we gotta get her out of here, right?
And at that point, I guess.
Ava, roll me a d6. Just a
Sure.
d6, like off the tabletop.
I got 3.
Somehow, one of the lenses is still intact.
Wow,
There's a high probability both of them were broken.
One whole lens. Just walk around with one eye closed.
So
How disorienting would that be? Gotta walk around like a pirate.
I feel we probably should try to use the healer's kit on the other lady instead of trying to heal by other means.
I could help with that.
I'm just not sure how to, if we heal her all the way, we heal her up, I'm not sure how to explain it to her.
Well, if she wakes up and you are applying one of those like ready ice packs, the ones that you break and they get really cold to her, to one of her ankles, and you're sort of splinting up, her fingers. I think it's pretty obvious that you're trying to help.
Yeah, I was thinking more like how I helped Ava. I'm not sure. Yeah, if her wounds disappearing is not. I don't know how to explain that.
The healer's kit that Sophia gave you, we can use on her. I can help. I have healing as well.
Which I have a D4.
So do I.
Okay, so we're evenly matched.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, you can do it better.
I could try to make it better. Be like, I've witnessed you do this so much. My jack of all trades is usually occult, but in this case, I can definitely do it for healing.
The only difference is unless you have an edge, you have a wound, so that's a -1.
I do. But I could potentially get like a D6 or higher for healing.
Okay.
Potentially.
I think. Let me see.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So I have to make a smarts roll.
Okay.
So I would get a D4 with a success or a D6 if I get a raise. So let's give it a try. Smarts roll. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh!
Wow.
Holy cow.
I got a 10 and a 6.
Wow.
Great.
So it is a D6.
It's 2 raises. I'm going to give you a D8.
Wow.
Besides, notice if there's one skill that you've used a lot, it's definitely healing.
Here, let's see. I'll put it under my jack of all trades one.
Okay.
I have specifically for it. Healing. Jack of all trades. D8.
And
There we go.
now's a good time for me to take away all your toughness bonuses. As
Oh yeah, I can
that's
do that.
that's gone now. Do it for Sophia. I had her popped up. All right. Set these toughness scores down to something that's more in line with what's reasonable. Okay. I mean, 10 minutes elapses. You can make that roll. I mean, you could be doing 2 of these healing efforts simultaneously on 2 different individuals. And by that I mean, like, Shep can be trying to heal Sophia while Ava is trying to heal Naomi, or 2 of you or 3 of you can team up on getting a good roll for like one application.
I say, Ava, let's split it up first.
Okay.
Just because I think Naomi probably needs it
Yeah.
just as much as Sophia does. So,
Are we still hearing sirens?
No, you are not.
Okay.
okay.
Let's see what we can do down here.
So, I'll let you go first.
Okay, describe to me what you're doing.
Are you helping? Sophia first,
Yes.
and I'm helping Naomi. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take out the little healer's kit that Sophia passed to us. First aid.
Healer's kit. That's so D. That's so D&D. This is
I
a
know,
first aid
right?
kit. It's white
First aid
and it has a big red cross on it.
You can find it in the drugstore.
Right? It's got all the gauze and stuff in it with alcohol.
The gauze, the Band-Aids. And
Oh my word! Did you lift us from the drugstore we were at movie night?
I'm not gonna say I didn't like just stick some stuff in my pockets.
That's when you were fighting the Tin Man and the Scarecrow, I think. Okay, let's see the dice at the table.
I get sticky fingers when I'm anxious.
Wow.
Okay, I got a 6.
Naomi starts to regain consciousness.
Yay.
Okay.
Before she was moaning, now she is talking in a mostly intelligible fashion. She's speaking words instead of making noise. What? Where am I? Who am I? Where is this place? What happened? Shep, I guess almost simultaneously, if you'd like to make that roll to help Sophia.
You're welcome.
Wow, a D4. You managed to score an 11. Success with a raise.
Yay.
Sophia, I'm going to take those 2 wounds away.
And what I'm doing, I'm just very carefully doing the antiseptic, wrapping around, going, don't worry. They didn't get your hands this time.
This time, you said. You
Ava,
said this time.
Ava, you think it's funny that it's like the long thing of gauze. Shep has wrapped it around her mouth like 8 times.
Oh my god.
Oops. That's not, no, in actuality, I'm just fooling with you. The that hammer did more like bruising and breaking, impact, bludgeoning type of damage than like a pierce or a slice or a cut or a stab. Just as an aside.
Yeah, a little bit of just basically fixing the grazing and all that, and putting the compress on, wrapping the compress to it for a little bit to try to
Yeah,
help her aching joints.
sure. Where where am I? Oh, I know. Where is he? Where is he?
We made him go away.
Is it completely not
He can't hurt you anymore.
hurting anybody
Oh,
anymore?
she's like my legs hurt, my arms hurt. He was gonna.
Yep, I
What did he
understand.
say? What did he say? He said that he was gonna add me to his Lucky Charms.
Not the Lucky
Mm.
Charms.
His 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 collection, his treasure. What a hard little man.
Wait,
Yes, he definitely was a
collection.
horrid little man.
Wait,
And I like,
a horrid little man.
no.
No.
And I just, with my eyes trying to look directly at Ava, I just like dart my eyes down over to the barrels. Because I already told you about the vision, the ghost that came to me. So
We're at the ranch. We're under some building, under some barn or something. I think I want to leave. Can you take me back? Can you take me back to Pinebox? Do you have a car?
Yeah.
All of us would love to leave. Yeah.
We just need to be a little quiet
Yeah.
because there's
Also,
apparently a party going on at the ranch house.
aren't her ankles, didn't she say her legs hurt? It's probably not going to be good for her to be on her feet.
Oh no. Oh,
I gotta
definitely.
tell.
Definitely not.
Well, we
Yeah.
have the bench.
Yeah, you've splinted them up.
And
Okay.
There are enough things that you can use readily here in this cobbler's bedroom. Plenty of things to use for splinting.
They didn't have spicier salsa.
We'll do that because, yeah, her legs hurt for a reason, and it's like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to walk just putting all your weight on them. So we're gonna put these together, and they'll
She
help
can-
a little bit.
she can
So
sit on the bench and then we can carry the bench, right?
Or
You
for
want
the
to
most
tote her
part,
around?
for the most part, up that narrow set of steps would be the most challenging part.
basically,
Well,
I think me and Sophia are going to have to carry her up the stairs
You're gonna bridle.
I can do this.
because we're the
princess
two
carry this
tallest.
lady?
I can do it.
I don't think it's going to be good for the height difference between me and Ava.
Sophia's, you're gonna try and princess carry her?
So simultaneously, you hear three sounds. You
Oh,
hear
God.
you hear a dog barking excitedly. You hear what sounds like sort of a walkie-talkie of some type, and then you hear
no.
Yeah.
Shep, Ava, Sophie, y'all here?
Yeah, see.
Can you hear me?
Down here, Erica.
Hello.
And then you hear her say, "Yeah, they're down in that cellar."
I was gonna say, why would we be avoiding any police or any ambulance? We should probably get them here.
So, three Golan County police officers, one with a dog, a German Shepherd with a very dark muzzle, come down. But of course, Erica's the first one down.
Erica.
Well, hell, y'all, just say that girl. She
She's
okay?
right here.
She okay?
Yeah, we got her.
She's kind of
she's-
her legs hurt.
Yeah, she's a little better after we applied the first aid you taught us.
Yeah.
Here, and I
She needs
thought
some
y'all
help.
wasn't listening.
Be careful of his
We always listen.
collection. And I point over to the
Always.
barrels. That little man was mighty proud of that.
So the three policemen sort of take charge. They want to know what's happening. There's also two cowboys, one of which you hear talking to the other. One's mostly down the steps, just clearing the cellar area, and the other one seems to be up the steps, maybe even as far as outside, talking back and forth, answering questions. Yep, yeah, this is where he lives. Yeah, we didn't hear him come back tonight. Um, Stuff like that. So to make a long story short, they take your statement. It is apparent that the four of you knew where this little wicked red-headed and bearded man lived, if not exactly, at least you got the ranch information. And from the injury sustained by Naomi Kendall, you could tell that you rescued her right in the nick of time, and she will corroborate your story uh, maximally. Yeah, he knocked me out, tied me up. He started on my feet so I couldn't run away, and he gagged me so I couldn't scream, and he started working me over with a pair of pliers, one knuckle of each finger. And she looks over at that one barrel that was tipped over, and she's like, I wouldn't have been the first one either. And one of the police sort of, he's got like a one of the tools, and he's got it flipped around, maybe like a small hatchet. He's using like the wooden handle to sort of poke in the barrels and saying, "Yeah, a lot of remains here, and a lot of evidence, clothing, bones, some skulls, probably female skulls." Goes a little bit deeper. Some other personal effects: shoes, purse. Looks like a necklace, an item of jewelry down near the bottom of this barrel. We need to get the forensics, the examiner out here and catalog all this. The other one says, something tells me that we're gonna close a few cold cases from the years here. And the skulls, I think generally you can look at a skull, and if you see 3 or 4 of them lined up, you could tell they belong to young women. Young because the teeth are in pretty good condition, and just they're smaller, so they would probably be somebody that's still growing, probably in their late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, Ship's going to be very quiet when they start discussing that because he remembers the lineup of ghosts, and some of them were very, very young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they'll say like, yeah, some of these clothes, these things haven't been in fashion. These bell-bottom jeans, they haven't been in fashion.
Good
What
old bell
what
bottoms.
20 years, 70s, maybe
Yeah.
disco era. So, yeah, to make a long story short, and I'll answer any questions you have, but in closing, she is, Naomi is stretchered out by EMTs into an ambulance that is waiting. And, Erica basically tells you that she knew the three of you would have a better chance of getting there and stopping the leprechaun. Of course, she doesn't use the word leprechaun in case the cops are listening. She'll say that that murderer said you would probably have a better chance facing off with him than I would. So when I saw you all were pulled over, I blew by that one cop, making sure that he'd come chase me down, and then you would be free to get here first. And she said I could be pretty persuasive when I need to be. Convince these cops that something's going down at the Rainbow Ranch. And yeah, she does have the edge attractive, so she does get a bonus on her performance and persuasion.
She's really charismatic, I remember.
Yeah. And even though your man on the street, your woman on the street, might not be able to identify Kelly King by name, you'd be hard pressed not to talk to someone that doesn't at least remember. Oh yeah, has that been a year already that girl disappeared? Yeah, from the pizza barn. What was it on? Like Valentine's Day? No, it was St. Patty's Day. So yeah, they put all these facts together and decided Erica wasn't much of a flight risk, um, and they believed her. And yeah, some of the cowboys that were in that house are filling in some of the details. Yeah, Mickey's been here as long as we can remember. You're not going to find a more talented, purveyor of horseshoes, and they just don't know where he is. How would you explain where the body is if indeed you introduced him to his demise? I'm interested what your story would be.
You're muted.
You said he turned to dust, right?
He did.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a lie to say like we beat him back and then he just kind of poofed away. And they could take that to mean like anything.
I poofed.
And one of them espies his leather shoes and say, "Well, so he ran away and he left his shoes here?"
We made him run fast.
Did you think that he was wearing them when he was getting his jollies?
His jollies.
Cop shrugs. I don't know. There's all sorts of flavors of perverts out here these days.
And I just know he also mentioned something about owing things to others. So maybe he thought we were sent by somebody else. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We were just trying to help a fellow student out when it seemed very suspicious how he was leading her away.
Well, the four of you are heroes, and I have to commend you upon your powers of perception, identifying a risk and someone who is in danger, and taking the steps necessary to see her to safety. They're talking amongst themselves in an excited fashion when they begin to suspect that this man might be sneaking around barefoot on the grounds. One cowboy says he's going to roust up the others, and they're going to get their flashlights out. And the two police, with their black muzzled German shepherd, are going to look around for clues outside. And they see Naomi safely to the paramedic unit, which slowly leaves.
Before they leave, I just want to go. Make sure you check the horse trailers. Looked like at least one of them was about to leave.
Yeah, we got an event. got an event down in El Paso tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be fixing to head out bright and early.
He's small enough; he could hide anywhere in that thing.
It's true.
Can confirm as a fellow small person.
So, and, the classic scene of Naomi sort of being wheeled on the gurney, but she's still kind of half sitting, and she has an IV and probably a cuff taking her vitals, and she'll thank you once again for saving her life. Classic scene of
Man.
the two doors shutting and the EMTs with her inside. And the rest of the cowboys, the police, are going to fan out with their flashlights and start looking. It's going to be tough. That feller knows the layout like the back of his hand here. The layout of this ranch. He could be anywhere. We talk about places that they would go and how to form like a search line and keep each other in sight and what have you.
Are we able to go home?
You were able to go home, and you probably do see the car with the Golden County medical examiner sort of pulling, crossing you, coming from the opposite direction as you're leaving. Sadly, you killed the medical examiner, so it's somebody new.
There was the no, was he a medical exam? I thought that he was a coroner.
Coroner.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh no.
Aren't they very similar? A coroner and a
don't
medical
know.
examiner both are skilled at determining
Probably.
time of death and method of death, and is it asphyxiation or stranglement, and how much did the liver weigh, and how much did the brain
Had to
weigh?
hire a new guy for that.
We've got to examine the dental records and try to find if we can find a match to this Jane Doe or John Doe or something like that. In my mind, at least, they're very similar. I could be way off base, but that's good. Okay, we close that chapter of my Lucky Charms, which has been a long-running theme in this
Not
game.
the Lucky
They were painful.
It was so bad.
And we'll stop that
Listen,
recording.
you guys are not allowed to bring Lucky Charms into this house ever again.
I'm sure. I am okay.
I think Lenny Gerber just brought 2 big institutional sized boxes.
You gotta
make up for the fact that he ate a lot of them.
We can donate.
Donate them to Lenny. Tell him that we kind of tired of them. We thank him for his donation, but